outdoor celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Nippert Stadium, one of the grand old cathedrals in the sport and home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Collins with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Sun Devils will put toe to leather to crank us up. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bearcats offense will have the opening possession of the game. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. Their strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual.
Breaks into the open. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
The handoff to Johnson. Running into the open space. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. The Bearcats just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll give it to him again. Gets it past the marker. There he goes to the left. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. He now has 63 yards on the ground, and what a season he's having. It's almost certainly going to be a 1,000-yard campaign. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job.
Touchdown, Cincinnati! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be dang, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
7, Arizona State, 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Arizona State Sun Devils offense has the ball for the first time. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him, and I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Using the quick game. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Looking downfield on first down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. This time on target. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Zings it complete to the right. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Sun Devils had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Now adjusting. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona State. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Looking for blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. They go to the ground. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Yeah, not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Snatches it on the run. And they pick up better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running game.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Walker to throw. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He's looking to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
I think moving forward on third down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. Start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys. They've got way too much speed, and you saw it right there.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that, they've taken the lead. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. Out of the gun, the inside give. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Fires to the big fella. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the break. Cincinnati is on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. First down here. Brown has it. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released. Falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Rushes on him. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. The Sun Devils line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They're able... Stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
But sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Trying play action. It's complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Walker will fire. Throws to the tight end. Snagged in the middle. It's Grover. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays to get them behind the screen.
There he goes! He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
All right, defense, it ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
He caught it! Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. And the Bearcats have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop it.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bearcats! Getting set for the point after. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Arizona State.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Arizona State.
And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun to give, looking for room. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Got it set up on the outside. Across the 35. At the 20, he's got space. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? And oh, that one hurts to have the flag come out and take a touchdown off the board after that play. And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Grabs behind the line. It's Bray. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout. And man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Punt is on its way. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Basically, everything they've tried has worked, scoring a couple of touchdowns and a field goal on their first 3 possessions. That's reeled in. It's Johnson.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll go back to the ground. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Past the sticks, and he may get more. It's a seam wide open. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bearcats! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the... And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. He might want another play. To the air on 2nd down. Got him downfield. Off to the races to the right. At the 20. Touchdown, Sun Devils! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the 2nd half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
24, Arizona State, 14.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Bearcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Walker to throw. Quick strike complete. Bounced off his feet.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Bearcats will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practice this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Oh, they're after him. And the defense wraps up the first half by taking it to the quarterback and getting a sack. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Cincinnati, and we've had a lively first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
He's got it. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Give to Brown. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Sun Devils are flying down the field. To the air on first down. Got a man, it's Brown. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they got the running back out on a route one-on-one. He's got to do a better job separating, though. Just not a good enough route so that when he caught it, he got tackled right away for a gain of no yards.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
He's got his man, makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Converts on fourth down, still going. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. That took nerves of steel to convert that fourth down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity.
Oh, he's got some space. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Sun Devils kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Caught in the backfield. It's Bray. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They are getting deep into the playbook. 11th play of the drive. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. Smashes it between the uprights. Down to a one-possession game, 24-17.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Here comes the heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play, the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
The Bearcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Find some fresh air. And they swarm him under.
Offense backed up inside their own 10-yard line. You got to give yourself some space to work, so you dial up the run play, and your offensive line delivers. Huge holes up front for that big gain.
To the ground to try to move the chains. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
I like the decision there in the RPO game, too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game, too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. He's got the tight end. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. The Sun Devils are marching down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And he got smacked. He released the pass. It's incomplete. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense got it there on the run. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger... The fact that they forced the turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And the Sun Devils will try to move the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, look, Ma, one hand. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
I think a really big key in the RPO game is having really good rhythm and timing. Offense didn't have it there, and that's why it falls incomplete.
Off the play fake. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Bearcats will try to pin them back with the punt. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They'll start this drive at their own 48. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. They'll go to the air. They'll run the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Makes the tackle, really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
All right, this running back's had all kind of success. Now we're getting later in the game. We've got to make sure we get some stops, get the ball back to our offense.
Walker will fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Bearcats will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. He'll start this drive firing. And this will be incomplete. There forces 2nd down.
and this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Kick is in the air. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Walker to throw. A little screen to the running back. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Second down coming up.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Under fire. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Bearcats will punt this one away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker. In the game, the Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Look, let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Walker will fire. Unleashes one. A strike downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Bearcats will punt it away on 4th down. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. And here comes the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Going to try to get it himself. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. Here's a 1st down, but there is no time to lose as this offense gets to the line quickly. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it to him on the screen. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again. He's going to run it. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And I'm going to be really curious to watch this offense and see how much faith and trust they have in themselves and the weather, right? Like, it's passing situation, it's a 2-minute situation. You practice spreading this ball all over the field. Can you do that? Because this is not ideal weather, and you can't make a mistake here.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Under fire. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big uphill battle for this offense.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got it inside the 25. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Arizona State!
And in this situation now, if you're on offense, what do? Do you kick the extra point, tie it, and hope for overtime? Or are you aggressive? Do you decide to go for 2 right here and see if you can take the lead with just seconds left in the game?
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop. You can save every second you have.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Walker to throw. He's taking the shot. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. On third down, he drops to throw. Got his man on the right. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Bearcats send out the punt unit. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Looking downfield on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
First play of the first possession of OT. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Motion from the wide receiver. Shakes off the defender. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
3rd and long, and they love to pick it up, but they also need to stay in position for a field goal try. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. Splits the uprights. Good. And they've regained the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they got on first down. Brown has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation. Want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good, and how about that clutch kick from distance to send us to another overtime?
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Now first down here in the second overtime.
42 spike.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Quickly complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Complete on the outside.
That looks like a real simple play by the wide receiver, but give him a ton of credit. That was an excellent route. He never telegraphed that he was breaking to the outside. Kept his eyes downfield, so when he cuts, he's able to get maximum separation from the defender, and that's why that play is successful.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to swing it on second down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's...
Touchdown, Sun Devils! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Second overtime, and they'll have to go for 2.
Come on, set.
They want to throw it. And they pick it off. You can't give it away in overtime. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Walker will fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback, do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Third down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Man, these balls thrown way down the field. This is a lot of times where you see those pass interference or receivers adjusting to the ball and DBs not. This time you could tell the defender did a great job understanding where the ball was going, got his hand on it, made sure the receiver couldn't make the play.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Finds him out of the backfield. Still on his feet. He's pushed out of bounds, couldn't quite get to the first down marker, and they'll give up the ball. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, David.
Free.
Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening. But we got a free game that was awesome. Back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.